Hello everyone, my name is Mark and welcome to the ranch. Today we're going to be making some sweet and spicy almonds. This is actually a recipe that I came across on the Traeger website a couple of years ago, and I cooked it on my Weber Smokey Mountain and it came out really good. My family enjoyed it, my coworkers loved it, so we're going to give it a shot today using the Weber Kettle along with my slow and sear and my new drip and griddle pans. So it'll be a different way that I've cooked it from in the past. So hopefully it comes out great. Hopefully you enjoy the video and are inspired to make these yourself. So why don't we get started and we'll fire up the coals and we'll start mixing up the ingredients. Let me share with you some of the ingredients that go into this dish. It's pretty simple. Obviously we need some almonds. I've got some white and brown sugar, some kosher salt, black pepper, some cinnamon, smoked paprika, and some cayenne. We'll also need an egg white and some water, which will mix together, and that will coat the almonds, and that just helps the dry ingredients stick to it better. So I'm going to go back inside, we're going to mix everything up, and once we come back, we will start cooking and roasting these on the griddle. I should also mention that I will be posting a link to the recipe on the Traeger website in the show notes, so if you want to get more of the detailed measurements that you'll need for this recipe, you'll be able to find that there. All right, I got my coals heating up right now. Once I get a good light on those, I'm going to put them into the slow and sear. And right now in front of me, I've got all of the ingredients. I put all the dry ingredients in this bowl here. I'm just going to mix this up a little bit. I did not do that when I was inside the house. And then here in this bowl, we have the egg white, just one egg white and some water. And we'd already whisked this up a little bit inside. So like I said, we're going to put the almonds into the egg whites, get them all covered, and then we're going to add the dry ingredients. All right, so we're going to now add the almonds into this mixture. And I'm just going to use this wooden spoon to get them nice and coated. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes until the Weber Kettle is all warmed up before I add the dry ingredients to this. And then we will put that on the griddle. So these coals are starting to get going here. I see the flame coming up over the top. So I'm going to pour them into the slow and sear now. Put the grate on. Just going to turn the grate sideways. That way the griddle pan will go right up along the edge there. Just going to put a probe in here so I can keep an eye on the temps. Open up the vents a little bit up on the bottom, not too much, just a crack. And I've got the top one open up a little bit as well. And just kind of wait a few minutes and get this up to temperature. I'm going to add those dry ingredients. Just kind of sprinkle them in on the nuts. Start mixing it up a little bit. They already look good. And I'm just going to spread the nuts out along this pan I've covered with foil. And I'm going to shut the lid, and after I'd say about 15 minutes or so, maybe even a little less than that, I'm going to come out and just kind of mix these up a little bit to make sure that they don't burn and that they're cooking okay. So I'm just going to spread these out nice. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to cover these back up. I'm going to keep an eye on the temperatures. Keep it around 300 degrees. And we'll check back on these in about 10-15 minutes. I'm going to take the lid off. It's been on for about 10 minutes so far, 10-15 minutes. I forgot to mention, but off camera I added a piece of apple wood. I forgot to add that in. So I've got that going. Gives a nice sweet, smoky flavor to it. So I'm just going to mix up the nuts a little bit here, just to make sure that they stay nice and evenly coated, and that nothing in the bottom is burning at all. Just spread them back out evenly on the pan. All right, that wood's catching fire. I don't want it to burn out, so I'm going to shut this back up again. And we'll check back on this in about 10-15 minutes. So these have been on for about 20 minutes. I've been adjusting the temperatures a little bit, adjusting the vents, and these smell really good. So we'll just mix these up a little bit. Looking like they're almost done. The recipe says to leave them on for about 30 minutes. And I think I'll be taking these off shortly, probably another 5. You can already tell they're starting to darken up a little bit, thicken up. So we'll leave them on for just a little bit longer, and when we come back, we'll be taking them off. Stick around. Let's check on these one last time. They smell good. Yeah, I think these are ready to come off. They're starting to darken up nice, thicken up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the camera for a minute. I'll take these off, put them out on the table here, and we'll start to let them cool. We have taken them off the kettle, and they're already starting to cool. They're already starting to kind of coagulate, clump up a little bit. You can already see the melted sugar starting to solidify again. Oh yeah, it looks really good. Alright, I'm gonna let them, I might just let them cool a little bit right here on this pan, rather than putting it on the pizza pan like I mentioned before. So a little change of plans. I did decide to put them out onto this cookie sheet because I think the pan was staying too hot, so it was making it hard for them to cool down. If I put them on here, as you can tell, they're kind of sliding around a little bit better as they start to cool. Really, these will end up taking probably another hour or so to really cool down and to really crisp up. And I even find that usually when you eat them the next day, they kind of have totally candied up nice. But even within an hour or so after cooking them, they're going to be great. But letting them wait overnight so they truly kind of solidify will even better. So we're going to leave these out here for a little bit longer to cool off. I'm going to sneak that one. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, we'll see you back shortly. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a close-up look at what these look like. As you can see, you can already see the sugar just kind of sitting on those, coating them nice. They got a nice golden color. Pretty yummy stuff. Future Mark here. It's next morning, and the nuts have had plenty of time to cool down. They taste really great at this point. They have a nice sweet and spicy flavoring to them, and the apple wood that we used to smoke them has really come through. It's actually something I've noticed when I cook a lot of my ribs and pulled pork and things like that, the leftovers the next day seem to have really absorbed all of that good smoke flavor. And the same thing is true of these nuts. I want to give you a little bit of a close-up of what these almonds look like now. As you can tell, they have a fantastic looking texture. You can see all the salt and seasonings just kind of sticking to the outside of them. So it just adds to this like flavor burst when you bite into them. I wish you could be here to actually taste these things because they are awesome. And I really hope that this video has inspired you to try to make these yourself. They're really not that difficult to make, as you can tell from this video. I pretty much showed you all of the steps. So hopefully you'll agree that this is something that might be worth trying, especially if you like candied almonds. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with all of your friends. And if you're not currently a subscriber to my channel, please click the subscribe button and jump on board and check out all of the other videos I plan to make in the near future. Thank you once again. I look forward to seeing you the next time. We'll see you soon back here at the ranch.